and welcome into the channel. It's been almost a decade and a half since its conception as a mod for Arma 2, DayZ. In 2026, is it still worth playing? Well, the short answer, of course, is yes. The long answer? A little bit more convoluted. Let's get into it. The first order of business, figuring out where we are. And it looks, to my untrained eye, that we're in Sabodka. I've got my jammies on, and nothing more but a bandage and a glow stick that I've already thrown away. And the first thing we have to secure? Food. I hear it just on the hill. Hello, chicken. Alright, we got our food. Now, we focus on a knife. Knife is life. While I delve into my opinions on whether DayZ is a playable game in 2026 or not, we're running on 1PP Who Remains, which is a true survival server. Being an open world sandbox environment, DayZ provides the opportunity for a plethora of game style. Admins and owners have the ability to strip the map bare of loot and make a player suffer. Really suffer. And on the flip side, they also have the opportunity to laden the map with anything they choose, making it a virtual shopping cart. There are those that would categorize and classify servers as PvE, player versus environment, or PvP, player versus player. It all depends on the style of game you're looking for. However, it is my opinion and logic that player are very much a part of the environment, therefore always a danger. DayZ at its core is a survival first game, or simulation, as it were. Most mindsets have taken PvP out of context and applied it as the main focus of DayZ, which it's not. It is a part of, very much so. Are they playing the game wrong? Well, maybe morally, socially, but there is no wrong way to play DayZ. There are no objectives other than stay alive as long as you can. To me, DayZ is a simulated extension of a vicarious adventure in survival and exploration. But for a high percentage, too high, the mindset is have gun must kill, which really doesn't bode well for the future of humanity if that's the case. And the reality of the situation as it pertains to the game, if I'm in an environment where I can have anything at a click of a button, and all there is to do is to hunt and kill people, the game becomes pretty boring pretty quickly for me. After all, if I wanted to play a game like that, I'd go play Arma Reforger, Battlefield, or Call of Duty, or any of the hundreds of other titles that provide that exact genre. For me, the key to enjoying a good session in DayZ is finding a good balance between PvE and PvP. First of all, I prefer a one-player perspective approach to the game. I like to immerse myself in the realism. Third-person out-of-body experience? Well, that's for newbies. It's hard to believe that we as humans live in the first person. However, in-game, it inherently adds to the difficulty of specific tasks, such as base building, driving, and fighting, for that matter. No peeking around corners in first person without putting your head in the line of sight. That, married to an environment that isn't overly rich in loot, that forces you to travel, or even prepare before you travel, is something that I'm interested in. I don't mind the investment in time If I want to hop on, get a few quick kills, there are plenty of servers designed just for that, if that's what you're looking for. Because, without question, PvP encounters in DayZ are top-notch, and you just can't compare them to any other game. And then again, if you're somebody that suffers from high anxiety, a PvE environment where there is no killing might just be what you need out of this game, as it does provide other hazards and challenges. The biggest problem that DayZ has is its own community, because 98% of the community believe you should be playing the way they want you to play, the way they want to play, which is fine. That's why there are community servers, so individuals can set up the playstyle the way they desire. This specific server, 1PP, Livonia, Who Remains, it's a bridge between the two. It's low pop, small slots. It gives you, the player, the opportunity to invest your time in building something tangible. Well, virtually tangible. It is your time, and you should be able to spend it how you choose. So in an environment such as this, it provides just that opportunity. Plus, the added dangers and hazards of PvP from other player. Mind you, on a server like this, that may be slim to none depending on the population, as this kind of server is a little hard for the Call of Duty kids. Maybe hard is the wrong terminology, as some of these kids are crack shots, and I use the term kids lightly. I do mean adults that are kids at heart, just like myself. The other issue that DayZ has is options. Unfortunately, they've shot themselves in the foot, or rather, server owners are shooting themselves in the foot. The market is flooded with opportunity and option when it comes to DayZ server selection. So it really comes down to personal preference, playstyle, and community involvement. And that in itself is the true tragedy in this game. You put time and effort in finding a server that provides the perfect balance between survival and danger and success, for that matter. And the only thing missing are other players. Why? Well, because they're out doing exactly what they want to do. So I guess this monologue is mainly directed at server owners rather than players. And the message is, don't create a DayZ server with the drive to create a thriving community, or an environment where you depend on donations to maintain the server's presence. Do it for you, do it for your love of the game, and don't expect much, because you cannot rely on community to stay the course. That doesn't mean that your server sucks. It just means it hasn't had the proper exposure, and just like any niche, servers are clicks, just like actors, musicians, artists. People tend to flock to what they think is popular and hot, not realizing that almost every server provides the exact same outcome if you choose to play in that style. Will I and do I enjoy KOS? Absolutely. There's a time and place for it, and I choose those servers appropriately. When I want to build something and invest my time in a progression, I find a server like this, Who Remains. So that's the long and the short of it in regards to whether DayZ is worth playing in 2026? In my opinion, yes. But I caution you, be patient, be vigilant, and be careful. Now, with all that yammering out of the way, let's focus on the task at hand. Surviving. If you've been paying attention to what I've been doing, aside from what I've been saying, you'll know I've got my food, I've got an improvised stone blade, I've got a firearm, I've got semi-adequate clothing. We're set up for success. Let's see where it goes. And already I'm running into my first issue. Inventory control. I'm running with a sewing kit. I have no room to pack it. We need a backpack. Or we need to find some canvas and craft a bag. Oh, hey Brian. Excellent. Every rag I make is a step closer to rope. Every step closer to rope is a step closer to food. You can do some fishing or use the rope. Combine it with that canvas sack that I was talking about and create ourselves a pack. Hey, yes indeed. Hatchet. We'll take that all day long. And what do we have here? Dog food. If it's good enough for the dog, it's good enough for you. Yummy. I think what I'll do is head down to the river, cross over into Brenna, head up to the police station, see if we can't secure a more commanding firearm. The Brown Marina. It's a sight to see. A butt pack for an assault vest. In a pinch, I can use that as my backpack until I can find canvas and make my own. Another good find. Now I won't have to purpose this rope for a fishing rod. Here's a nice aerial view of the little marina inlet. And I'd have to log here for a few minutes. And when I'd come back, trouble. The weather has turned for the worst. A torrential downpour has rolled in, accompanied by a violent thunderstorm. Yippee skippy. Full box of rifled slug. Can use that for the BK-12? Absolutely. I'll even take that fanny pack, or hip pack as it were. And it's my color, green. And we won't be wasting these nuts. Definitely have to dip into the medical center. If there's nothing there, there's another, just up in town. Well, I guess there's no time like the present. Get prepped and ready for fishing and fire. We'll start with making this hook and then grabbing some blurb. Alright, ready to get the hook wet. We'll make our way to the medical center, gather materials for fire, do some fishing, cook it up, and get warm. Nice cozy little deck under this bridge. I think I'll do my fishing from there. Gather materials for fire, loot up that medical center, and get fishing. Pretty slim pickings here. No multivitamin or TET. Well, hello. Handsome scarf it is. It's going to take away a little bit of the intimidation factor of that hockey mask. But it'll save me from influenza for a little longer. Alright, brass tacks. Let's get down to fire and food. Get some chicken on the grill. Cut up this fish. Oh, it's going to be grand. Cooking in a building at the heart of town, it's not really advisable. But with the rain coming down, it's going to be pretty hard to find a place to have a fire outside and keep it lit. Normally in this situation, I would burn one piece of bark, and you can cook several pieces of meat off of the hot coals. It eliminates the length of time your smoke is pluming in the air, signaling other folk to come kill you and take all your shit. However, I am soaked right through to the bone. We'll show you. Burn one piece of bark, cook all of our meat. I will have to apply more stick while I get dry, or drier. One piece of bark will burn hot for 90 seconds, as will a small stick. After that, the smoke goes away and the coals remain hot for several minutes. Now, while I let that food cool, we'll snap open this spite and then wring ourselves dry, or as dry as we can get it. Really not much point with the way it's raining, but it may reset the clock on catching influenza. This is but one of many necessary tasks you need to do in order to keep yourself healthy. No one likes to do it, but it's a necessity. Now, as a preventative measure, pop one of those multivitamins I found up in Sabatka. Now, just waiting on boots and butt pack. We won't let them get totally dry. Too long of a wait. I want to get moving. Damp will be good enough. Besides, I'm just going to be soaking wet again within moments. However, that's all for this installment, but don't worry, we'll continue the journey right where we leave off tonight.